Okay, there we go.
You ready?
Yep.
All right. This is your boy Styles here from westcoaststyles.com. Man, and we got a special guest in the house today from the Gangster Chronicles podcast. We got the legend MC8 Gia in the house, and we got my boy Bigg Steele, longtime friend and associate. And man, let me just say, guys, it's an honor to have you guys here on our show. Eiht, I interviewed you back when you were doing the first generation thing at Big U's house for allhiphop.com. So it's a pleasure to see you again and interview you again. And, I just always wanted to say this in front of you. I wanted to say, wake your punk ass up. MC8's in the motherfucking house. Yeah. I always felt that, man, if you made an alarm clock with the wake your punk ass up thing, man, that it would sell like crazy, All right. And Steele, you were on the, we know you from Malibu's Most Wanted. You were the big motherfucker standing over B-Rad on stage, ready to beat his ass. And, I always love that moment from you. So, Shad, let's go ahead and get this interview started, bro.
Sure. So, as far as your Gangster Chronicles podcast, how did that all come about? How did the idea come forward and you decide to come together and do it?
Well, the Gangster Chronicles was initially an idea I had at about 2:30 in the morning 2 years ago. It was a summertime, and Glasses, I co-managed Glasses Malone. So he was over at the crib, and I said, man, we was watching like First 48 of Law and Order or something. And I said, man, I'm gonna make a podcast. Cause I was on a podcasting thing early, maybe 6 years ago. And I had this idea about a show that I wanted to talk about the street element and everything in the society is a street element, right? So I always thought it would be dope to get 3 different perspectives to actually have some people from the life, some people that know about the life to talk about it, but not in a glorification way. It's just a lot of stuff. Like I said, we never wanted to glorify anything. It was just a thing I thought we would put together to give people information, because we have a lot of street legends out here on the West Coast. People that, that people mainstream society may not know, but there are people that are known. If you go to any neighborhood across the country, it's some kind of hood figure there that people are like, yeah, that's the dude. He's a legendary dude. He knocked out 7 police officers. He did this. He moved a ton of cocaine on the back of a mule. Just people with these crazy stories. So I thought it would be dope to do. And so we originally started the show. I was just producing the show at first, right? But then, we had a shake up in the lineup. One of the members went to jail, and James was just like, I can't do this by myself. So I stepped in the chair, and we kept it going, and the numbers kept going. And eventually we got approached by Earhart and Charlemagne the God. And the funny thing about it is, before we even had that shake up, I was talking to Eiht, and I was like, Eiht, man, I want to bring you on the Gangster Chronicles, not as a guest. But then I saw the way he was on there and the way he interacted with James. It was a thing. I was like, I'm gonna bring him on. But then the COVID stuff started happening, and we just it was one of those things that happened. But then I knew I was moving in the right direction when Charlemagne said, man, y'all doing great, and I love y'all, but I think y'all need one more dude in the show, like a West Coast rapper with the I don't give a fuck attitude that's just known for being grimy. What you think about MC8? And I just smiled. I said, man, that's my guy right there. I said, I would love to have him on the show. And here we are,
That's fantastic. So, what was your response when Steele reached out to you and said, hey, we want you to be a part of the show, permanently as opposed to just a guest?
Well, shit, I was in the process of trying to get my own show started, working on my own show. And then after going to do the interview, with the podcast, seeing the setup and everything, we was chopping it up back and forth, trying to get, basically trying to see when we was going to try to set my shit off. And then we just had a conversation one day, with the mishaps of the other hosts who were on the show. Like I said, with my boy Reggie, having to go do some stuff. And then the other host, was bumping heads or whatever. So I just came in as, as a process of thinking, it might be a good look, dealing with the West Coast, being from Compton, my whole career has been established as a West Coast, pioneer artist or whatever. So we just discussed it. And after he said that, Charlemagne and them was all good with it, whatever, they kicked it around. So we just agreed to try it out. And the rest is, it's been going pretty good lately. Numbers have been jumping up. We've been getting some great guests or whatever. So it was a good transition. Like I said, I was doing all kind of shit. Still making records, still touring, on top of, trying to raise my son, plus coaching football. He's a high school football player. So I had a lot of shit on my plate, but, once a week, and then, it's good to try to expand and do something, as far as with your career is concerned, with all the shit that I've done, to try to get to the next level or the next, the next entity or whatever. So I just figured, fuck it, let's do it. I've been doing interviews for years. I kind of got the program down of how to interview and how to answer questions appropriately and deal with the right subject matters and all that. So I feel that it was a good mix. So everything's been working out pretty good.
Yeah, I've enjoyed a lot of the podcast interviews, and not only the episodes, but not only the ones where you interview people, but just the conversations you guys have too. Like I just listened to the one that just went up yesterday after Biden's inauguration. And yeah, that was just really interesting stuff. And I like the interplay between the three of you is really good.
Yeah, we three grown men perspective, especially black men, dealing with the society of today, what's going on. Also, not just being able to dive into the street shit, you know what I'm saying? Because we all had our hands in the streets, particular me and James, as far as gang banging is concerned and being in that lifestyle, and then still, coming from where he come from Ohio, but then coming to, to the West Coast and dealing with a lot of West Coast motherfuckers and knowing the aspects. So just difference of opinions, which is always good, criticisms or whatever, but just the opinions of three grown men, black men who dealt in this lifestyle from banging and hood shit to hustling to, being, trying to go legitimate and being, whatever. So I think that's why, it kind of hits off pretty good, because it's just not a silly show to where all we talk about is just, the dumbness that's around, and we try to get to facts and points and try to deal with shit in the whole as far as a society and living in this motherfucking country. So that's what the Gangster Chronicles, I think, bring to the table with the discussions. And even when we don't have guests, you know what I'm saying, we could play off each other and just throw around subjects, and the conversations usually take off like that. So
on the Apple Podcast description page for Gangster Chronicles, it says, quote, "Every gangster has a story and they all have a different ending," end quote. I think that's interesting because a lot of crime sagas and epics depicted in the media have a very similar rise and fall art to them. What are some of the most interesting endings you've heard?
Well, you know what? I've heard everything, man, from death itself, from death, destruction to redemption. And that's the biggest thing I want to say, man. I've seen, man, through this show that I think, man, to a certain degree, everybody deserves a second chance, because a lot of times, you have people that do stuff when they're in their 20s, they late teens or whatever like that. They do something and, you send somebody to 40 or 50 years, you're not giving that person a chance to become who they supposed to be, because we was all different. Like, Eiht didn't say it, but when I came out from Ohio, I was, 17, 18 years old. I was selling dope, and I'm a whole different man now. In my older years, I'm a different man now. Like, let's say I would have got caught back then. I would have never became who I was supposed to be: a husband, a father. I coached football, ran a youth organization. So all those kids that I impacted in life, I would have never got to make that impact. So I think, that's the biggest thing I get from the Gangster Chronicles, is that we need an overhaul of our criminal justice system to stop really punishing motherfuckers and really rehabilitate. Because right now the prison system is built on capitalism and just a dollar principle. They get a certain amount of money a head in jail. So it's like, the black and Hispanic male nowadays is a commodity more so than the person. We more than turn to commodities,
Mm-hmm. You both have mentioned football and organized sports. Were you guys ever players before coaches, and how did that discipline kind of play into your lifestyle in the streets and elsewhere?
Well, I played. Go ahead. Hey, you got it.
Go ahead, Steele.
I played college football. I played college football, and I played briefly in the Canadian Football League for a few years, and did that. My son is currently a football player. He's at SC. He's a starting corner at SC. I ran a youth program, so football has always been a part of my life and still a big part of my life, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I look at it as a means to help a lot of kids in the inner city, man, because, you know, I can't come at a kid talking about, hey, man, you should go to college. He ain't trying to hear that shit. But if I talk to him about some football and say, by the way, if you want to keep playing this football at a high level, you got to make sure them grades is cracking and this and that. So that's what usually get them. And again, it's about giving a person the opportunity to become who they're supposed to become. Because when you're talking to a 15 or 16-year-old, you can't get at him talking about, man, well, you know, Stanford has a great educational program. No, he want to hear about their uniforms. He want to hear about what's cracking with the football program, what's cracking with the bras. And then along the way, once he goes on that journey, he's going to realize, hey, man, this education stuff is important, so I need to get my degree while I'm here because I may not necessarily make it to the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, I see your posts on Facebook. You're always talking as a coach, talking shit to some of the players and their parents. It's hilarious, man. I love it.
I got into football shit when I was a youth, growing up in Compton. I guess, you know, parents try to, you know, deter their children from joining gangs and shit like that. So I had my hand at trying to play youth ball when I was young. I maybe played for 3 years between the times of maybe 11 and 13. But when you have single moms, you know, you living in Compton, and you know, you seeing drug dealing and gang banging and fancy cars and the females, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of distracts you from, you know, reaching that plateau of, like Steele said, of education and all that. You know, my education was the streets, gang banging, and selling dope. You know, single parent. You know, not that, you know, my father like disappeared or some shit like that. You know, they divorced. My pops left and moved, went to Oklahoma, and so we was growing up in Compton. You know, I grew up in Compton. Mom's tried her hand at sports, you know, because she, as an adult woman, single woman, she, you know, saw the pitfalls in the streets. She saw the gang banging, whatever. Me, I was naive. I was a young kid, so I was naive till about 13. Around 13, I started seeing the Daytons and the Nissan trucks and shit like that, and the bugs with the plush, and the homies with the rollers in their hair pulling up, and you know, it was money and jewelry and all that. So that's what fascinated me, and football kind of left. But when you have a son, I had a son, so you know, I wanted to deter him from the lifestyle that I came up in. So I moved him out to the suburbs, put him in programs, you know, soccer, basketball, flag football, just anything that would strike his interest, except you know, video games and shit like that. So whatever it was, I lined him up for it. You know, his first years, he couldn't do shit. He was just a young kid, 3.5 years old, not knowing shit, but it was just to get him inclined with doing something else that would distract him. So that's when I got into football. He turned 5. I signed him up. They let me, I mean, I signed up to be a head coach, not knowing shit. I didn't know a motherfucking thing. Played a little football, but I didn't know shit. But they let me be a head coach. So I coached football for the last 14 years. Youth football, you know, it's a lot of kids I meet, you know, single mamas, no fathers. And some fathers are around. They're just not active, you know. Never see them at practice, never see them at games, you know. So those are the kids that I usually gravitated to, you know, because they get to see me and my son out there, something that I didn't have, you get me? So they get to see father and and son interact, and not just saying because the area I was in was predominantly white people. You know, we were a mix. You know, but a lot of the kids of my color or Spanish, you know, whatever, Mexican, whatever. A lot of them was just mamas there, you know, with the kids. So I gravitated to them kids, you know, got them free cleats through Adidas. Shout out Adidas, you know. I would have 4 or 5 kids spend the night at my house before game nights, you know, treating kids to whatever, you know, amusement parks. I remember one time I took about 4 or 5 kids to the video game awards. They got to go and hang out with me and game and a lot of celebrities and take pictures.
Wow.
They was about 9 years old, you know, so that was one of my reasons. And then just picking up on football and just learning that, you know, there's a way to give back just basically the kids, period. You know what I'm saying? A lot of kids, they still, you know, you see them now, the same kids I coached when they was 5 and 6. My son is 16 now. So all the boys that hung around him until now, you see them, they all got the tough act, you know, they all got tattoos now, and they listen to the music where, you know, NBA YoungBoy or this motherfucker or Kodak Black or, you know, this other motherfucker, you know, everybody's hard, you know, this the same direction of what we did when we was spitting, you know, when I was a young nigga spitting, you know, it was Drive By Miss Daisy and Jack Mode and, you know, shoot a motherfucker if they got a problem. So I understand the direction of the music, but still being active as a coach in football, it gives me that chance to put that borderline in between and let them know, you know, yeah, it's all fun and games, you know what I'm saying? And then some of them, you know, you catch them smoking a little weed and shit, you know, and I try not to come down hard on them because I did the same shit, you get me, at 15, 16. So just to be that borderline in between to let them know the pitfalls of the wrong road is why I stay active in football and with the kids, because like you said, you really can't tell a motherfucker nothing because a motherfucker gonna do what they want to do, period. You can preach all day, but being able to have that connection with kids through football and being a coach, I got another level of respect because they look at me as MC8 the rapper, but I get more respect for being Coach 8 to them. So that's one of my reasons for staying and going to football, to try to get some of these youths that outlook of that there is a better tomorrow other than, you know, what the rappers are rapping about. Because I was one of them niggas too who rapped and told you, shit, fuck that nigga, go to the block, get you a strap and make you some money.
Well, I think that's great too, because both of you have experiences, you can relate to the kids more. And so when you say don't do drugs, that means a lot more coming from you than, you know, like Nancy Reagan, you know, or whatever the case may be, or whatever, you know.
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you the real. You do drugs, okay, go right ahead. I mean, shit. I mean, but I'm gonna tell you right now, ain't no motherfucker go fuck with you. You ain't gonna get no scholarship. You ain't gonna do this and you ain't gonna do that. So I try to tell you the real as far as listening to somebody, you know, like you said, the old lady telling you, don't do drugs, don't do drugs.
Yeah, just
They
say
gonna
no.
look at you and be like, fuck it, and be puffing while they looking at you telling them don't do drugs. But coming from somebody that they've grown up with, who they respect, who tell them, motherfucker, I smoke weed. And I'm going to tell you, don't smoke no motherfucking weed. If you trying to accomplish something right now as a youth, I'm just telling you, it's going to be a pitfall. So you can take what I say or you don't. But when it fuck, I'm trying to give you that heads up before you get in that position to where you go, damn, coach told me don't do that shit. So some of them listen, which that's all I can do. As long as you listen and you know, and I've given you that, now it's up to you to make the right decision. But long as you respect me for giving you that and you listen to me in a real way, then hey, I can't do nothing more than that.
Yeah.
The dopest thing about Eiht is being real modest. His son is a beast. His son is a baller. And the thing that impresses me with Eiht, with just the way he moves, is he don't have no kids on the team. He don't have no biological kids on the team. He don't have no nephews, no sons or nothing like that. But he's out there giving his time, and I can appreciate that, especially because I know the time that goes into coaching. Coaching ain't just you come out in the field 3 days a week with some kids, and then show up to the game. No, it's kids spending the night over your house, raiding your refrigerator. There have been times I don't had 10 kids downstairs sleeping on the floor watching TV, eating pizza, and they got a game the next day, a big game, so you got to go down there, hey, man, y'all cut that TV off, cut that game off now and go to bed. You know what I mean? But it's a cool thing because the cool thing for me is seeing those type of kids, man, that don't have nobody at home, and now they in college now. I'm seeing stuff about kids going to college, and you know, not everybody is making it to college or to the NFL necessarily, but they growing up and becoming productive people. I saw one of my kids the other day. He got a job at he's at the pier in Long Beach. He got his car for the longshoreman stuff, man. So he down there making him $150 a year, $200,000. Got a kid now, married. Talk about Coach Steele. You gonna come out of retirement to coach my boy, and I'm looking at him like, man, if he bad as your ass was, I don't know if I got the patience, no more for it. But it makes me proud, man, because like Eiht said, man, these kids are looking to belong to something, man. And then that's what gangs are, man. Gangs are a family. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? This dude ain't got no pops at home. This other dude's home life is fucked up. So y'all come together and y'all pretty much, y'all family now. Y'all the homies, them the homies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you ride for them like that.
Have your teams played each other?
No, I left. Me and Eiht was always in different conferences, but I used to run across him all the time, and I used to be like, "Man, this dude really be out here coaching. He know his shit." You know what I mean? You could tell he stayed up and versed up on it because Eiht is a good coach.
Oh yeah.
You guys ever go up against Snoop's league?
I coached for Snoop for 1 year. I've been coaching for the Corona Chargers. I've been coaching for the Corona Chargers for 12, 11 years. 1 year I went to Snoop's league to coach the Pomona Steelers. I could say that, there is where I met a lot of diverse kids, because in Corona, you tend to get kids who are disciplined, but I wanted my son to have that experience. Mm-hmm. If you get what I'm saying. My son grew up in Corona, grew up in suburbs, so I wanted him to experience that playing with a team with a gang of black kids and Mexican kids who were from the rough parts of town. I wanted him to have to experience that. Kids will motherfucking fight you. You get me? That's the way kids are. Life ain't just waking up, Captain Crunch and Saturday morning cartoons and shit. Some of these kids live in areas to where, there's gunshots every day. Motherfuckers fights at school every day. Motherfuckers is getting courted in the gangs and shit at that age. So I wanted him to see what, you don't have to go through because of what I went through. And I decided to get you away from that. So I went to Snoop's League and coached. We had a great year, met some good kids, some good parents, people I know still to this day. And that was like 8 years ago, So, matter of fact, we played last Saturday. My son played against Long Beach. And kids I coached from that team 8 years ago was on that team. So it's great to still have connections with parents and kids out there that you have met over the years, and like Steele said, when I do something, I do it for real shit. I don't play when they come to coaching. I know schemes, plays, motherfucking play cards. You see me come to the field, you be like, God damn, I got step over bags, cones, bags, equipment, 100 footballs. I got playbooks, play cards, all that shit. And I run my motherfucking shit like real. I got 6, 7 assistant coaches. We run stations. Everybody, we run individuals. We got an offensive day. We got a defensive day. We got a special teams day. So I picked up on it, and because I want to be real serious, because I want to give the kids a chance at feeling, winning, and winning was everything. And last 3 years of my coaching, we went undefeated. I think we lost 2 games in the last 4 years. So we won back-to-back. We won back-to-back Super Bowls. Kids that I had coached from the time they were 5 until their last game at 14, who had never won a championship, who struggled all those years. I mean, they last 2 years of their youth football, we went undefeated and won back-to-back Super Bowls. So I was able to give that and provide that to kids who had been with me since the beginning. You know, I had kids on my team, like I said, since they were 5, and we went up through the league together. And like I said, by the time they turned 14 and was time to go to high school, we went back-to-back Super Bowls. So that effect that I had on those kids, like I said, I still see them today. I still see their parents. We hang out, and it's beyond football now. You know, it's established relationships and friendships, and something that my son will appreciate because he's made friends with kids that he'll know until the day he dies. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And you know, the dopest thing about, like, I'm going to go back what Eiht said about the Snoop League. I was in Paramount, and I wanted to take Paramount to the SYFL, but I had coaches. You know, when I did stuff, I did it like a democracy. The coaches voted because without your coaches, you ain't got no league. So I asked them, we kept splitting the vote all the time, and it wound up not happening, man. We chose to go to AAU or something like that the last few years of the chapter, and I really regret not going to the SYFL. I should have, thinking back on it, I should have made an executive decision and just been like, hey, we going to the SYFL. If you want to come, cool. If you don't want to come, cool, because Snoop does a lot of shit for them kids, man. A lot of people don't never give Dog his credit, man, but that dude does some incredible shit for the kids. And not just the kids, it's the all-stars in the team, man. I don't see Snoop give away PlayStations. I ain't never heard about them turning the kid away to play that they ain't got no money. You know what I mean? Because when you start a chapter up, man, especially the level I was doing it, when you start a chapter up, it costs thousands of dollars, man. You got to have insurance. You got to have league fees. You got to have helmets, equipment. You got to recertify that stuff. So you talking about anywhere, man, 80 to 100 grand a year. And our first few years, you know, we had so many kids come up to the park. You just can't turn little Tyrone away that want to play, because if you turn them away, you might hear about them getting shot 3 weeks later, you know? So it was like, man, come on. Where your mama at? Oh, I've been telling you.
I'll sponsor.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll sponsor plenty of kids.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And see, the thing is, I sponsor kids that really need it, but them superstar parents that show up to the park thinking, look, Johnny, you know, you pulling up in here in the Bentley, talking about, look, Johnny's supposed to play for free. I'm like, dog, I got kids that really need the help. If you can pay, you need to pay your money and go somewhere else. I don't care if Compton telling you can play for free. Take your ass over there.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? So my thing was to help the kids that really needed it, man. And that was just, I wanted to say that about Snoop, because I don't think he get enough credit about that, about what he do. And the thing I like about Snoop, what he does too, he lets a lot of the guys that have got out of prison that don't rehabilitate, they don't already pay their debt. He lets them go out there and coach the kids, man. And that's the best, because when you get these kids, you teach them life lessons. And sometimes the best life lesson is from a dude that don't did time in the penitentiary. From a dude that don't have them hard luck to tell them kids, hey, man, you don't want to do that, because you go in there, you might get raped. They tell them the real. You might get raped, or you will get fucked up if you go to jail. You better straighten up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah, you definitely, I can't imagine, that's all very amazing. And I imagine you've made, you know, lasting impressions on a lot of young men that will serve them well, you know, for the rest of their lives. So, you know, props to you, Eiht, Snoop, and all you guys. I think that's so important. Jumping back to kind of the Gangster Chronicles, I imagine you get a lot of submissions for stories. What's the process of like vetting what you talk about or who you talk to?
Man, it's a full-time job, because like, let's say I get an email from somebody that's interesting. The first thing I do, because one thing I try not to do, I don't never try to bring Eiht bullshit, and I don't try to bring James bullshit. They're my partners. They partners with me in the show. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So if I see something that's interesting, I'll send it to Eiht, and he usually just respond back with, yeah. That's how he really talk. The way he rap is how he really talk. He just say, yeah. And if he
said too.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if he cool with it and James is cool with it, then we try to do some fact checks. We try to do fact checks to see, okay, is this a dude just writing us some bullshit, nigga? Sometimes I don't have motherfuckers write these incredible stories, and I do the back end search on them, you find out, man, this motherfucker lying. You know what I mean? This shit didn't happen. Exactly. So our biggest thing is based on credibility and authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's all based on credibility and authenticity, man. And the thing I like to say about our show is we would talk to anybody. if you have a story and if you've been in them streets and you got something going on, we've had more ex-convicts on the show and more dudes that don't been, whatever they've done in life. We've had all kind of different characters on the show, and that's the biggest thing. Just as long as it's authentic, as long as it got a story, and as long as it ain't glorifying no bullshit. Now, because I get them emails sometimes, be like, "Cuz of blood, I'm from such and such. I want to talk about them niggas over there that did that. We just wiped out. We just mopped up 10 of their homies." And I want to go, "Man, no, you're not coming on here and doing that shit." Me and Eiht don't have conversations about dudes that's warned that want to use our platform to get on. And then when you do that, you just start a vicious cycle, because now somebody from the Nickersons or Fruit Town or Southside might be looking at that show and say, "You don't let this nigga on your show. We coming on now to do our thing, and that we not gonna become a forum for all that negativity."
Mm-hmm.
So I tell them, no, from the jump, if you coming on with any pretense, and that's the good thing about the show being pre-recorded too, you just can't come on and get some shit off and think you go slide off. No, because it'll be edited out. Your show might not come out.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
Because
another thing we try to do is we just try to weed out the beefing within, that secretive bullshit. People want to use our platform to disrespect the next motherfucker or the next man. Because then, just like I try to tell a motherfucker, if you come on our show and you speak on a motherfucker without us knowingly knowing what you're trying to do, then we gonna go to that person that you trying to talk shit about, and we gonna let them get their side of the story, y'all. Because one thing we believe in, motherfucking, is being fair. And the Gangster Chronicles, even though you dealing with niggas who've been in the streets and on the gangster shit, we not about to be used for neighborhood beefs either. We beefing with this neighborhood, we beefing with this neighborhood. Our platform is to inform motherfuckers about the lifestyle of what we basically, we were kind of, not want to say forced into, but basically, the lifestyle we chose. And it's to enlighten the youth and to people who didn't know the circumstances behind the decisions that made us be what we were. You feel me? So we try to just show motherfuckers the real side of, motherfuckers that you might see, that you might just think, everything is glorified, or everything is, oh man, they got money or whatever. We try to be the diverse motherfuckers to let people see that it's two sides of the story, or the system, or being wrongfully accused or incarcerated, or, taking that road of gang banging and getting 25 years for doing drive-bys, and then coming home and want to school people or school the youth about the pitfalls of gang banging. So that's what we try to reach out, and that's what we try to incorporate with the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and one thing that I want to say real quick is James, like I said, he take care of his 4-year-old grandson, so he couldn't be here. He got a whole bunch of stuff going on. Unfortunately, let's keep Big James' family in prayers, because his sister got a couple sisters with COVID, man. He's had a few deaths in the family, so he got a lot of stuff going on. But one thing I will say is James is probably like, you meet people on the business tip and they become your brothers. Eiht is my brother now. You know what I mean? He's my friend. His son is my nephew. You know what I mean? That's how I really look at it. James is my big brother. You got a guy like James, man, that got so much wisdom and knowledge, and he's using it sincerely in a powerful way. Because the thing is, when we first started the Gangster Chronicles, we didn't do this stuff with, thinking that, oh, we gonna get picked up by iHeart. We gonna go get all this money and stuff. Because the thing is, we got a lot of good opportunities that's coming up now, but we don't do it just for that. We really out here trying to save lives. Because we can't afford to lose a generation of kids.
Mm-hmm.
Not no bullshit, you know what I mean? Because the thing is, people always think, because like Eiht made a point that he took his son to the hood to play around some hood kids. I did the same thing with my son, because me coming from the hood, I realized my son was privileged. And I didn't want him out here in Downey and Orange County running through all them little sorry kids. I said, you know what? You don't dominate this stuff. Let's see what you go do now.
Uh-huh.
You feel what I'm saying? Let's see what you go do now around some hood cats. But that's the thing, man. We out here trying to save lives, dog. And we got a lot of opportunities. We currently working now, man. We're going. Texas is one of our biggest markets, man. So we going down. We getting stuff ready. The details iron out with that. we've actually been commissioned, man, by the city of Dallas, man, to help with their anti-gang program. And I told them the first thing they need to do is change that name from an anti-gang program to something that's driven towards the youth. You know what I'm saying? Something to help these fathers that's coming home from prison to kind of try to find their way. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to that. There's a lot of people reaching out, and we got a lot of amazing opportunities from being down with Charlemagne the next upcoming months. You know, me and Eiht had a real interesting phone call yesterday, and there's a lot of good stuff going on, man.
For sure. In what ways, if any, has hearing other people's stories changed your perspectives on your own experiences?
You got it?
Just you know, just basically listening to the stories we get, having the discussions we have, man. It really lets me know that, you know, a lot of us came from the same backgrounds and the same struggles. And I'm fortunate to be able to sit here today and not have to go through the pitfalls of what I went through, as far as, you know, when you listen to everybody else's struggles and how they've turned their lives around. So it gives a good perspective as far as personally to me, to listen to brothers who have been, you know, incarcerated or had to deal with, you know, the pitfalls of wrongfully accused or incarcerated because, you know, just being a skin color or whatever. So I appreciate, you know, being able to be here, you know, coach football, do the do the Chronicles podcast, because it basically establishes us as grown black men and what we have come. So just to be able to listen to everybody's stories and see that they have made it out to struggle as well, and that they have changed. And a lot of brothers' stories include, you know, they're doing stuff now, programs, writing books, you know, doing things that's trying to inform the youth of today. So that's what I get from a lot of the stories. Just change my perspective of what people thinks of us, because we can be productive even though we've been incarcerated or locked down, or, you know, just been in the pitfalls of gangs and all that, that you too can make it and survive and come out the other end on a positive aspect. So that's what I take from it.
You guys have are both obviously OGs, and you've talked a lot about working with kids. What have you guys learned from the kids?
Well, what I've learned from the kids is that one thing that we try not to do is that the kids is the same way we was, man. And whatever you put into them, if you give a kid attention, man, you pretty much molding the life. You know what I'm saying? And you can learn a lot from kids. You know what I mean? Because you know, the thing is like this, and that word OGs is funny as hell to me. It just means old guys to me. So I just like to look at myself as a mature individual. You know, me and 8, you know, older, mature brothers. And, you know, we live in a community, unfortunately, man, to where when you hit the age of 30, you consider the OG, because usually we gone before then. We dead. You know what I mean? We dead. We locked up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, we gotta really break that cycle, man. And what I'm learning from these kids, man, it don't matter, man, if you in Bel Air, Orange County, Casa de Coto, or Compton. All kids want the same thing, man. They just want to be loved, dog.
Steele, what was it like interviewing Eiht for your Steal the Spotlight podcast?
Oh man, it was dope, man, because I don't know if Eiht know this or not. Eiht is in my top 5 of rappers. You know, my top 5 is Scarface, Hove, Eiht, and you see I got Eiht up there number 3, because Eiht is like, to me, Eiht is one of the greatest storytellers of all time. And I always look at him as kind of like our West Coast Scarface, because you know how Scarface is in the cut and behind the scenes, and you don't see Eiht do a whole lot of stuff. You know what I mean? So when I got to interview him, I thought it was cool, man, because just because of his aura, like for him to be a gangster rapper, he the most polite motherfucker you ever go meet. You know what I'm saying? He's a respectful dude. He don't be into no bullshit. I don't never hear about him on no beefs. And the thing I respected about him that really, this is what really made me want to fuck with him. We got a mutual friend that kind of do some shady shit from time to time, but he a good dude. He didn't throw him under the bus, and I appreciated that. You know what I mean? I said, this is the type of motherfucker, because that's when I was still vetting him kind of like, because I had an idea in my mind, I want to bring this thing on the show. When I saw that he kind of was like on that thing, like I ain't gonna go out and just because that's our move, man. It's like this. Let's say we doing business together, right? And it don't work out right. That's not the world's business. That's a problem that me and you got. So you ain't gonna never see me going online, oh, this motherfucker did this to me. Sometimes some shit just don't work out. It ain't necessarily nobody's fault. Sometimes shit just don't work out. But that don't mean that 2 years down the line, so a business opportunity might pop up. And I just never wanted to be the one to be caught up in no bullshit, man, behind some petty shit.
Mhm.
Yeah. Let me ask Eiht something real quick. I had the honor and the pleasure of sitting with DJ Slip years ago in the studio and watch him work. DJ Slip to me is one of the underrated and stars on the West Coast that doesn't get enough props. Tell the audience a little bit about DJ Slip and his genius, please.
I was a young motherfucker when I met Slip. For people who don't know, DJ Slip goes back to LA Sound Control Mob. No, nobody. If you go back to the K-Day days and the early LA Sports Arena concerts, or the concerts at Dudo's or Skateland, Terry's father owned a company called Music People. Basically, they supplied all the motherfucking speaker systems for all the major concerts back then. So Slip was in that real hip hop scene, Slip basically was an in-house producer, so to speak, for Lonzo and DJ Unknown.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was an in-house producer for them. That's how I met Slip. Me and Chill, was starting up Compton's Most Wanted. And Chill lived across the street from Ren's people. So we used to see Ren all the time. So there's a dude over there who was trying to be a singer. Him and this other dude, they was trying to be a singing group. We just used to fuck with them, We was a young nigga. We was young motherfuckers, like 16, 17. So we ended up riding with the niggas one day over to motherfucking Lonzo's house. And Slip happened to be there. And I had some little bullshit demo tape I had did. When we first started rapping, we went and did some little bullshit demo tape. So I played the motherfucker, and I got Slip's number. They took my number down, and the niggas paged me, I think like a couple of days later, and I was with Slip from then on till. Slip was a producer. He was working on the shit called the Compton compilation for Lonzo. And I happened to fuck around. Me and Slip did a song called Rhymes Too Funky. He did the beat. I wrote it. Me and Chill spit on it. That's how CM Dub got started. So from there, Slip produced all our shit. He produced everything, basically, that the first fucking CM Dub projects, all of my records up until probably Death Threats, Slip had a hand in producing on. Slip was one of them dudes, very articulate with his shit. Slip one of them niggas, he dug in the crates a lot. He always shopped the music. He used to be a club DJ. He used to DJ at clubs like Water the Bush, the Palace, all that shit. Me and Chill used to be roadies. We used to set up equipment, break down equipment. We used to do all that shit. We was young niggas, 17 in the clubs, getting in the clubs. It'd be 10 of us late night rolling in a big ass. That's what I talk about in my first song, rolling in Big White. We used to roll in this big ass motherfucking cargo truck, man. Slip would hook up generate. Like this nigga was a smart motherfucker. The nigga would go rent a generator, put it in the back of the motherfucking like a U-Haul truck, He would stack motherfucking studio. He would stack stadium speakers in the back of that motherfucker. Hook all them motherfuckers to the. He'd hook all them speakers up to the generator. Put a motherfucking mixing console like niggas DJ and mix on. He put that motherfucker in the front, up in the U-Haul truck, and we be riding around bumping in that motherfucker.
Wow.
Motherfucker was crazy. And we used to do high school. Remember, they used to have the high school motherfucking lunch dances and mixes. We used to do all that shit, man. We used to grind as motherfucking artists around here. And we got the deal with Capitol. And like I said, Slip used to produce all our shit, man. That's why our sound was different than what you typically heard from, the NWAs or the Cubes or whatever.
Yeah.
Slip was adventurous with his production. He thought out the box, you know what I'm saying? Records that no motherfucker would be thinking of. He would go grab a record and listen to fucking 2 seconds of it and come back an hour later and he done motherfucking cut up a whole song to the shit. He was very crafty at that. So a lot of people don't know of DJ Slip because like my nigga right now, he go back and forth overseas. He works on offshore rigs and shit. He does robotics and shit. That's what Slip does right now.
Wow.
Like I said, he was always a smart motherfucker. That's why his production was very different than a typical West Coast record. Her records like Duck Sick or Give It Up or all of his production was because he dug in the crates and he didn't dig into the normal shit. He dug in this shit like out the box, jazz records from overseas, that was Slip. So yeah, you got to give flowers to DJ Slip because a lot of Compton's most wanted sound was DJ Slip, period. Like he did everything. He did a lot of production for a lot of other motherfuckers that don't know. He worked on one of Fat Joe's first projects. He worked on the DFC project with me. He did a lot. He worked on overseas foreign niggas records and shit, Slip did a lot of production. So that's one producer that people should, dig in their crates and get their knowledge up on because, we hear about the Dre's, we hear about the Primos, and we hear about all these great producers, but Slip is in that class too. And he hasn't got his props for it, but he created the Compton's most wanted sound.
Yes, sir.
Sure. Hey, Styles, I know Eiht got to go do some stuff, so we got to wrap it up a little bit.
Oh,
For sure. Go ahead, Chad.
Let's see. Given that many of the issues discussed on your podcast involve politics and community affairs, I'd be remiss to not bring up the events at the U.S. Capitol recently. Systemic racism certainly plays a tremendous role in the criminal justice system. Do you think the events of January 6th are an example of why felons should be allowed to vote?
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. And another thing about that too, man, like James made a good point in the show the other night, man. If let's say the 5 of us is in a car, right? Mm-hmm. All of us is in a car, right? And I'm driving the motherfucker and I get out and I go blow a motherfucker and I just get out and start gunning on motherfuckers and I kill a motherfucker and the motherfucker shoot back and knock in the back of the window and he knocked the back of Styles' head off, right? The police come, they go put not only the murders for the people I killed, they go put Tim, we go get Tim's murder too. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So all those 200 people that got arrested should be charged with the death of that officer. It's not fair because had that been a bunch of niggas and Mexicans out there doing that shit, man, we'd have been laid the fuck out.
Yeah, no doubt. One other question kind of relating to, some of the gang culture that you guys have commented on and going back to Eiht and the Compton's Most Wanted days, why weren't gangs covered in Menace to Society?
As far as like actual these niggas are Crips, these niggas are Bloods.
Yeah, violence was certainly a component of it, but given how
if you really paid attention to it, we never actually glorify the actual sets. A lot of us, you get me. If you watch Boys in the Hood, you obviously knew that Cube and them was Crips, and you knew that the niggas in the Hyundai was Bloods, but nobody yelled out a set.
Yeah.
A particular. I think that's because there were so many different neighborhoods, and because of the fact that nobody wanted to get caught up in particulars of who that is, you get me? If they symbolized a certain gang in those movies, then basically it'd be like glorifying what was happening. And I don't think that the Hughes brothers or New Line or any of these movie companies, when they depict these movies, unless it's an actual movie about that gang, okay? You know, even like in Colors, you knew they were Crips, you knew they were Bloods, but you never heard a motherfucker yell out a set, so to speak. They didn't want to, because we knew not to symbolize our neighborhoods with certain shit, because face it, a lot of us didn't want to be known like that. We didn't want to be glorified on TV and on records and shit. That's why I never spoke about being from Trag New Park when I put out records. My albums, if you listen, I never spoke of we crippin' over here, we crippin', because I've been stomping around Compton since I was a youth. Motherfuckers knew we was from Trag New Park. I didn't have to say that. I mean, I got on records and I wore blue. You know, I got on records and I went to concerts and I dressed in my colors and whatever. But I never got on my record and said, yeah, MC8, I represent Trag New and whoop-de-whoop, because I didn't want to, first of all, I wanted my records to get sold. I didn't want to alienate other gangs. You get me? That's how I was. I wanted Bloods to buy my music. You get
And they did buy his music.
I wanted Bloods to buy my music. So I didn't want to be all over my records yelling Trag New, Trag New, Trag New, and the Bloods be like, oh man, fuck that nigga. You get me? This way, when I just talked about Compton, and I'd say, yeah, we banged over here, and we did this, and we did that. The Bloods can go, yeah, we did this, and we did that. And they don't have to feel alienated by bumping a Crip nigga's record. You feel me? They'll feel like, oh, this nigga representing Compton. So, hell yeah, I fuck with Eiht. That's the respect I wanted to get. I didn't want niggas in Texas, you get me, to feel like, man, why this nigga keep yelling where he from? You get me?
Yeah.
I felt I was doing enough of that with going Compton. So I didn't want to make niggas to feel out of place when they riding around in Texas bumping my shit and all I keep talking about is how we crippin' and I'm from this certain set. You get me? Because me being a regular nigga from a neighborhood, from a block, I'm going to be like, man, I don't want to keep playing that nigga shit.
Yeah.
So
let me just, I know you got to run, so we're just going to go ahead and wrap this. Any new music coming out from you, Eiht?
Man, I just dropped the album called Lessons a couple of months back. It's doing real good. I mean, we about to shoot another video for that. And then I'm working on a new record to drop this summer called Revolution in Progress. Other than that, man, I'm just working. We doing the podcast. I got the clothing line coming out. So just trying to stay busy and focusing on my kid, man. Just trying to get him stay, keep his head on the right place. His grades is good. I mean, he's doing good in sports. He's a sophomore. He's getting to run the varsity team right now. So I know a lot of motherfuckers I do overkill when I speak on my kid, but it's like I'm the record execs. I'm the label and he the artist, and I gotta promote my artist. You feel me?
So he the shit too. He the shit. He a quarterback. He a quarterback to run.
every time I do an interview, every time I do whatever, or people ask me what I'm doing right now, and the first thing come out my mouth is my kid. That's what I'm doing. I'm focused on trying to get this nigga to college, trying to get him a scholarship to go play football, and all the other shit will fall in line that MC8 has been doing. You feel me?
He gonna
As
be a
long as I
Trojan.
take care of that and that everything
Nephew
else.
gonna be a Trojan.
For sure.
Nephew
Nice.
gonna be a
All
Trojan.
right.
If I got anything to say about it. And you know, one thing I want to say, man, is like Eiht and James is the best partners I could ever have, man. I love them dudes, man. And all I think about, sometimes I look at Eiht and laugh, because I just be thinking, bitches sing. Remember that song?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with Eiht. That was my shit, man.
One other question for you.
Get you
Steel.
sitting.
Oh, on that note, before we go, just as a fan of Eiht, what's your favorite? You were talking about his skills as a storyteller and an MC. What are some of your favorite storytelling songs that he's done?
Man, you know what? I remember, it's funny you say that. I remember I was playing football up in Canada, and me and my homeboy Jerome was riding around, because Jerome was you know how you see a car 8 and it's the first one you ever been in? He had the big body Benz, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that shit was so dope, man. We was riding around the motherfucking, where was we at, man? We was up in Canada riding around, and we was listening to a song where Eiht was saying, pussy so big that I can't even feel it, but fuck it, I'ma still kill it. And it had me picturing, like, everything he was saying, I was visualizing. I said, man, I gotta meet this nigga, man, because he sound like he be into some shit, because every song he was so descriptive with it. And that was just like, to me, a nigga from the hood having a hard day, and he go see the local rat, man. You know, the rat with the pussy this big, man. You can't. I just pictured, like, I pictured all that stuff. So that was, what was the name of that song, Eiht?
Can I Kill It?
Yeah, Can I Kill It? That was one of my favorite songs, man. And then I think it was I ain't gonna lie, I like all the Duck Sick songs. Where him and Quick, you know, not to be on no negative, you know, bring some shit back. But Eiht was hard. Eiht is still hard, and what's so cold is his like newest album is probably the best shit he don't ever put out, dog. It's like every album get better. You know, it's like wine. And I ain't saying it just because he my homeboy, but he really, to me, and the thing that's dope about him, man, is like, I got a lot of friends in New York, and you know New York motherfuckers don't like shit, especially the older motherfuckers. It's a little bit better now, but everybody from New York has always named Eiht. Eiht is hard. Eiht the hardest nigga y'all got out there. He hard. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it was just because he didn't over rap it. Like, you know, like I like Nas, and this ain't no knocking Nas, but sometimes Nas just be a little overkill with all the extra words, and they be like, man, I ain't trying to hear all this lyrical miracle shit. He talked to the niggas.
Man. Sometimes the simplest shit is the best shit, man. I've always took that motto. I could do what other motherfuckers do. I've done it. I've been, you know, I've guest appeared with a gang of motherfuckers from fucking Snoop to Pete Rock. You get me to from DJ Premier to Scarface. I can do just about anything, but my shit is very descriptive. And I tell people, when you listen to my records, you listening to like a movie soundtrack. I'm taking you through the movie score. You know, you get to those certain scenes and the shit is exciting and it's the car chase. And then you get to them scenes where a motherfucker done died and they sad. And you get to the scene where motherfuckers is making money and, you know, the different music they use. That's what I do with my records, man. I try to depict the soundtracks of the streets or what a motherfucker done been through. And necessarily you might not been from the streets, but you still can relate. So my shit gonna be slow grooves. It's gonna be to the point, and it ain't gonna be overkill. It's gonna be simple, in and out. Get what you got to get front and center, and that's it.
And I liked his music, man, before we go, because it had a level of simplicity, but it wasn't no ABC shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I liked the music. The soundtrack for it was so dope because wasn't nobody else doing what they was doing at the time and still not doing it. It seemed like, because you know West Coast is usually a funk influence, right?
Yes.
His music had more of a jazz influence to it, man. Like he had
a lot of soul too.
Yeah, like a lot of soul. Like, so it was like the joint that was do 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 do. It was just like, honestly, man, he had the type of music that if you play, like one day I was playing, my mom heard the music, she was like, who is that? if it ain't half all the cussing, he got some good music. You know what I mean? It actually was real musical. You know what I mean? And I just thought it was dope. So it's a pleasure for me, man, to be able to work with this dude. You know?
Yeah, my song is All for the Money. I still play that to this day. So that's my cut right there.
Yeah, I think that's one of
And the
everybody's
Hood Took Me
favorites.
Under is mine. I learned a lot from that song. I'm not from that environment at all, and so that was like a crash course in some of the obstacles and pitfalls of that community.
Yeah, that probably was like that right there. Hood Took Me Over. That's definitely one of my favorites right there. And he has so many in the catalog. Like even man, y'all got to check out the new album, man, with Honcho and all that shit, man. Eiht always got some dope stories, man. It's like the stories be so dope, man, and it's like it like you could almost make a movie. Like if somebody was to take his albums and you could make a movie out of them.
Yeah, that
For
track
sure.
with Be Real on your new album's really dope too.
Good looking, fam. Good looking, man.
Well, we know you got to get going. So before you go, we want to say thanks again. And could you please do us the pleasure of giving us a drop before you go?
From WestCoastStyles.com.
WestCoastStyles.com.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, for sure. Yeah, you know what it do. Blue Stamp Official, Gangster Chronicles, Eiht, Bigg Steele, James. And you tuned in right here on WestCoastStyles.com. Yeah.
Thank you,
heard what
sir.
the man said.
All right. Well, thank you very much. And yeah, and anything you guys want to do and continue to do, please let us know, and we'll definitely continue to cover it.
Yeah, we got you.
Hey,
We got your back all the way, man.
I was
Y'all
glad
stay
you
up,
just,
fam.
for sure. Eiht, I'm gonna call you in a minute, Eiht.
All right, for sure.
Sure.
All right, gentlemen, have a good night. Good day.
All right,
Ed.
hey Styles,
Yeah.
is you still doing publicity and stuff?
Yeah.
PR work. I'm gonna holler at you. I'm gonna call you in about 2 hours. I'm gonna send you that paperwork in about an hour, and I'm gonna call you in 2 hours.